So we start this class by slowly making our way down onto our back and allowing just a few moments to make any little adjustments that would leave us that little bit more comfortable. Go ahead, adjust your hair, your clothing, your posture. And then bringing the hands to the belly, we'll start by taking 3 slow breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Feeling the belly expand on the next inhale. And let it fall to the spine on the exhale. Introducing some little pelvic tilts as you inhale, rock the pelvis forward so you could post a letter under the small of your back. And as you exhale, lengthen your lower back. Inhaling, arching, and exhaling. We're going to go ahead and reach the arms up past the head as we lengthen. Inhaling, rolling the hips forward, bringing the arms back. Exhaling, lengthening the low back by rocking the pelvis backwards and reaching the arms up past the head. Inhaling, floating the arms alongside the spine as you rock the pelvis forward. And exhaling, reaching the arms up past the head. Inhaling, rocking forwards, bringing the knees into the chest now as you bring the arms back. And just squeezing and releasing the knees. And we do this 3 or 4 times. Softening the space inside the shoulders. Moving into some little circles. Just massaging around the sacrum. And you go a few times one way. And then change direction. Maybe one more. And then we're going to draw one knee in and press the other knee away, wriggling through the feet. It's like a slow marching movement, using the arms, the shoulders, the elbows to pull and to push. Moving the sides of the pelvis independently of each other as we do when we're walking. Hugging the knees in and then placing the feet to the floor. Bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees drop out wide. Drawing the knees back together and opening out wide. Drawing the knees together, opening out wide, relaxing the belly, drawing together, opening out, drawing together, and opening out, keeping the breath nice and smooth. Just letting the knees settle here in that diamond shape for a few breaths. Pressing the heels together, slide the legs out long. point and flex the feet a few times. And we're going to reach the arms up past the head, making your right side longer than your left, and your left side longer than your right. And we just alternate a few times, making the right side longer than the left, and the left side longer than the right. Right side longer than the left. Left side longer than the right. Right side longer. And then you're going to take both feet over to the left corner of the mat. You can curl yourself around into this banana shape, maybe taking hold of the elbows. And once you've been here for a breath or two, you might cross that left for the right ankle over the left. Breathing into that right side body. With the next exhale, release into this lovely starfish shape. Roll out the wrists and ankles, getting into any clicks and cracks. And then making the left side longer, take the feet round to the right corner of your mat. Curl yourself into your banana on the other side, holding onto the elbows. Feeling that lovely long line from the outside of the left ankle, the knee, the hip, over the waist, into the armpit space and out through the elbow. And you might go ahead and cross that left ankle over the right here. And take a nice full breath in. And on the next exhale, again, just releasing back into that starfish shape. One at a time, spiral the feet in along the edges of the yoga mat. And keeping the feet wide, we're going to rest the knees together. Go ahead, interlace the hands behind the head here. We're cradling the base of the skull. Elbows nice and wide as we inhale. And exhaling, curling the chin into the chest, bringing the elbows all the way forward. We're going to pause at the top and press the back of the head into the hands. And then imagine you're lengthening your spine out of your shoulder blades as you slowly roll back down, taking the elbows wide. Nice big breath in. Exhaling, elbows come forward, curl the chin all the way into the chest as we lift up, pausing at the top, pressing into the back of the head into the hands as we roll back down. Nice inhale. Exhale, chin to chest as we lift, pause and press, reaching the spine out of the shoulder blades as one by one we place the upper vertebra back to the floor. Inhaling, elbows wide. Exhaling, bringing them towards each other as we lift, pause, press, and roll. Taking the arms out wide into a cactus shape or even a little wider here. Just roll the head left to right. And press the back of the head gently but firmly enough into the mat that you kind of get a sense for that arc of the skull. You might even zigzag the tip of the nose here. And we're going to come into our wash rag movement. So letting the knees drift over in the opposite direction to your gaze. Just windshield wipering. Wringing out the head and tail in your wash rag. And you might also incorporate the movement of the arms, spiraling one shoulder in, one shoulder out. Can you feel that spiral really start in the shoulder blade, the collarbone, and then migrate down along the length of the upper arm, across the elbow, the two bones of the forearm, into the wrist, turning your gaze into the direction of the upturned palm. And then nice and slowly we're going to take a roll to the right side. Take a moment just to pause here in your recovery position. And then we're coming up to sitting with the left knee crossed in front. Take some time to move the flesh of the thighs aside. And then we're going to float that right arm out to the side, spiraling the shoulder in and out and in and out. Keeping this movement lovely and fluid, in and out. And then we're going to roll that shoulder in, feed it around the small of the back, and maybe you feed your fingertips into the waistband of your yoga pants. You're just going to drop your left ear towards your left shoulder and take those left fingertips out to the side for support. Looking down to that left shoulder and then up and across diagonally towards the right side. Down to the shoulder, up and across, down to the shoulder, roll the chin to the chest. And inhale, lift the gaze. Unravel that right arm. We're going to reach up to 12 o'clock. Exhaling, bringing that hand back down. Inhaling, scooping up. Exhaling, scooping down. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you're watching the thumbnail of that right hand as we reach up to 12 o'clock. If there's any strain in the neck, go ahead, look down to the left side. You could move the gaze between the two here. Breathing into that right side body. And then as you exhale, you're going to swoop that right hand over. Inhale, draw your chest up and through as you lift up tall in a seated twist here. Exhaling, looking back over that right shoulder. Inhaling, round to the left. Round to the right. Round to the left. Round to the right. Looking to that right knee, and then take a big reach with that left hand, bring it over onto the right knee, round here, drop the chin to the chest. We're trying to pull everything apart, and then we're going to inhale, sitting up, taking hold of the shoulders here, giving yourself a hug. And you can either stay here, or you can bring the backs of the hands to touch, or take your eagle arms. Keeping the elbows lifting, the hands levering away from the face. Breathe into that space between the shoulder blades. Nice, slow breaths. Unraveling, take the fingertips behind, little back bend as you inhale here, lift the breastbone up. Exhale, sink your bottom into the floor. We're going to take the feet wide and again just windshield wiper side to side. See if you can dorsiflex through the ankles. crossing the legs with the right knee on the outside. Again, taking some time to shimmy. We're going to reach out through that left arm, spiral the shoulder in and out, and in and out, feeling that spiral move the length of the arm from the core to the tips of the fingers. And rolling the shoulder in, sweeping the arm behind the back. Fingertips find the waistband of your yoga pants, and you're going to drop your right ear to your right shoulder. The right fingertips come to the floor to support. Dropping the chin down to that right shoulder, and then having those slow nods here. Rolling the chin to the chest, lifting the gaze up through center, releasing that left arm. And we do our little scoops, reaching up, exhaling on the way down. Inhaling, scooping up, following the thumbnail with the gaze. Keep it nice and fluid, the focus nice and soft. Feeling into that left armpit space as we come up and over into our little seated side bend. Any strain in the neck, look down. Exhaling, swooping that hand over onto the right knee. Inhaling, drawing the chest through and up. Looking back over that left shoulder, round to the right, over the left shoulder, round to the right, over the left shoulder, looking to that left knee. Big swoop of the right arm coming up and over, taking hold, rounding the chin to the chest, trying to pull everything apart here, opening that space between the shoulders, sitting up on a breath in, giving yourself a big hug, either staying here, holding the shoulders, or taking your bind. Breathe. Unraveling. Take the fingertips to the floor behind you, and we're going to come sit in a nice wide straddle pose here. Again, just taking the time, roll the flesh of the thighs aside, adjust anything that needs adjusting. And we're going to pull the toes back towards us here. And I want you to imagine you've got a big wooden spoon in your hand. So we're going to stir our pot. Keeping the movement reasonably small here to start. As you circle round, you're trying to hit your right sitting bone, your tailbone, left sitting bone, and then feeling that pubic bone as you move forward. Starting to reach out through the arms. Use the elbows, use the shoulders, make it a whole body thing. And then change direction. Keep breathing. We're going to come around once more. And then reaching forward, just pop your fingertips down. See if you can lean forward out of the hips here. Some of us might not move particularly far, and that's okay. Can we keep lifting up through the breastbone? You can point and flex the feet a few times here. And find some side to side movement. Sending those elbows wide, letting the shoulders dip. Find what feels good. Stirring in that pot again. Go a couple of times each way. Maybe you can find a little bit more depth here. Some of you might be able to bring your elbows, your chest all the way to the floor. Bully for you. Wherever you get to, enjoy breathing, enjoy the sensations. Just enjoy moving your body because it feels good to do. On your next inhale, we're going to walk ourselves back up. Give everything a rub. And then you're going to fold that right knee in, keeping that left leg extended. We are going to twist on around to that right side. So go ahead, bring your left hand over onto your right knee. And keep lifting up tall through the spine here. Pull those left toes back towards you. Keep that long leg active. And then when you're ready, we're going to reach that right arm up to 12 o'clock. As we take a little lean, feel into the body here. Find what space you've got available. Again, there are some very bendy people who might be able to come all the way over and touch their toes. I am not one. I find just that reaching up to 12 o'clock and maybe a bit beyond enough of a stretch here, particularly with that twist and that left hand on the right knee. Breathing here. As you next exhale, we're going to slowly release away and moving yourself around. So we're coming to fold across that left leg. I've got a strap. I find that to begin, I like a strap because it helps me to keep lifting up out of the hips, keeping the chest nice and elevated, the spine nice and long, and I can take my time into feeling into that fold. If you don't have a yoga strap proper, you can always use a dressing gown, a tie, or a towel. Just work with what you've got. Over time, you might begin to find a little bit more depth as your tummy comes towards that left thigh. And again, just as we did in that straddle pose, find some free movement here. Find the wave through the spine, some side to side. Eventually, you might be able to reach the toes. And we're going to come into Janu Shirshasana, your head to knee pose. be in a place that you can sustain the stretch comfortably, and giving the space between my toes a little bit of a massage here. Still actively pressing out through the heel. And coming up slowly on an inhale. Giving that ankle a little wriggle. I'm going to fold that left leg into Sukhasana here. You can take any comfortable cross-legged seat. We're just going to take 3 slow breaths between sides, taking the rush from the practice, the rush from the mind. And then when you're ready, go ahead, extend that right leg. Finding the sitting bones, pulling those right toes back towards you. And when you're ready, we're going to twist around to that left side, right hand coming over onto the knee, lifting up tall through the spine. And in your own time then, reaching that left arm up to 12 o'clock. Maybe a little over. Feeling that combination of twist and side bend. That lovely stretch through the back of the long extended leg. Pressing out through the ball of the big toe. Feeling the body as one unified field of sensation. Moving out when you're ready. Turning to that right side. Little point and flex of the ankle. And taking your strap. Around the ball of that right foot. Pull through the strap. Breathe in and lift the chest. Find your sneaky side to side movement as you start to fold. Take your time. And it doesn't matter whether or not you can reach your foot, whether you're still sat up nice and tall, lifting the chest, lengthening out of the hips. Don't sacrifice the wisdom of the body for the glory of the pose. Keep listening, paying attention to the sensations of the body, the energetic sensations of the pose. And of course, always listening to the breath. One more. next inhale, folding that right leg again back into Sukhasana, shifting the weight side to side. Taking 3 slow breaths. In and out. From here, we are going to move down the mat. Come about halfway along your mat, and we're going to take our legs back into that diamond shape. You want your feet a good arm's length away from you here, and we're going to do some seated cat-cow, inhaling, drawing the chest through and up, lengthening out of the hips. Exhaling, rounding chin to chest. Inhaling, taking the flesh of the thighs aside. You can make a little basket for your feet here by interlacing the fingers. I like to use my elbows just to massage that space between the shin bone and the calf muscle. Staying a moment on any tender spots I find. And again, I'm just going to fold here, let the back round. Noticing the sensations in the body. Just notice. Inhaling, rolling up slowly, draw the knees together. You're going to scooch forward slightly. Bringing the hands into the creases of the knees. Can we float the feet away from the floor? We maybe lift the toes in line with the eyes. Keep drawing the chest up. Holding our half boat. Can we plug the fingertips into the mat? Doesn't make it any easier. Keep breathing. And then release. And we're going to roll down over 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walking the feet a little closer to the bottom here. We're going to take a restorative bridge. I've got a couple of blocks. You can use a stack of books. If you don't have blocks, go ahead, just pop one block under the sacrum to start. You want the block to be across the flesh of your backside, not on the curve of your spine. So take some time here. Again, find what works for you. You can adjust the height, or you can go ahead and stack more books or a second block there. snuggle those shoulder blades in towards the spine. Can we lift the chin a little away from the chest here? Press the back of the head into the floor. Find those lovely, deep, slow breaths. Enjoying these longer, more restorative holds. Taking one more deep breath. And then taking a big reach of the arms up past the head, long side waist. We're going to lift up onto tippy toes, walk the heels in, press the hips high as we just slide those blocks away. Go ahead, adjust your t-shirt here. And we're going to roll down through the spine. Letting the knees open out wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. Letting the breath fill the belly. Filling the chest. And emptying completely on those long exhales. Now you can either let the legs move out long here or slowly we're going to roll to one side. Taking your time just to pause in a recovery position. Making our way up to sitting. You can have any comfortable cross-legged seat or join me in Sukhasana. Find some softness in the shoulders. Some spaciousness in the heart center. Counting 3 slow breaths. When you're ready, bringing your hands into prayer, bowing the head. Namaste.